Hi, my name is Hidde Zomer. I'm the executive chef at the Carbon Bar, downtown Toronto. I would describe our restaurant as being a fun place to hang out and have a good time. We are sometimes a bit loud, right? It's a great spot to hang out with friends. What we do here differently is like we really elevate the food in the ways of sharing food. So we do great Texas style barbecue, where we put a lot of effort and care in. Really kind of that New York kind of vibe to it. Good steaks, great fish dishes, lots of raw ceviches and so on. The appetizers are light, sharing, and the main courses are like good size and barbecue. So you want to start light and finish strong with the barbecue. Today I made a cast iron cornbread with vintage cheddar and chili and lime butter. What I love about cornbread is everybody has an opinion about cornbread. It's almost like barbecue, right? In the US, you have all the different styles of barbecue and everybody has their own opinions. I think with cornbread in South Carolina, when I spent some time there, I really started appreciating everybody, their different techniques. I came back to the kitchen. I really wanted to do an amazing cornbread here. Good cornbread, in my opinion, is a crust. It should be nice and golden brown on the outside, very soft and tender and moist on the inside. So the Staub works great for this, right? So what we do is we take the Staub, the cast iron pans, and we add a little bit of lard. But you could use any vegetable oil or even olive oil too. We put them in the oven on a really high temperature, like 450 degrees. And you let it all come to a good heat for about 10 minutes. And then in our cornbread, we use cornmeal. We are using flour, which helps with it. It makes the cornbread lighter. So you have two mixes. You have your wet team and you have your dry team. What you do is you bring all the dry ingredients in the bowl and make sure it's well mixed, incorporated. The baking powder, the flour, the cornmeal, baking soda, salt. We melt some butter in the meantime as well. The butter really carries the flavor too. Just make sure that cornbread stays nice and moist. And then you basically fold in your cream. We add buttermilk for the nice acidity as well. The buttermilk really helps there. And we melt the butter and pour the melted butter as well. A couple eggs that are beaten up lightly and folded in as well. And then you just kind of bring it all together with a whisk, very slow, so it just becomes like nice and homogeneous into a batter. It should look like almost like a pancake batter. You take out the cast iron pans out of the really hot oven, so that you got to be careful because it's going to be very hot, and there's going to be some fat in there too. So you're going to make sure that doesn't spill, and then you pour that with a ladle batter right into the cast irons, and it should kind of like bubble up and sear from the heat. What we do with the cheddar is that we mix it sometimes into the batter, and you can sprinkle it on top too. And then you place it back into the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes or golden brown. Cornbread comes out, you let it cool a little bit, and then we serve it at the restaurant with a chili and lime butter, which is basically a soft butter pulled from the fridge, where we chop chilies, fresh chilies into it. You can take Anaheim chilies, we like the Anaheim chilies, but the jalapeno is great too. Any chili you can find. Obviously lime zest and lime juice, some salt, coriander, green onion, shallots, any kind of onion you want to put in there just to give it some freshness. And then we just mix it well together. And then we serve that with the cornbread. Yeah. So what I love about the Staub is that it's first of all, it's a great product, right? And it's very durable. It lasts forever. If you take care of the product itself, it needs very little maintenance, and it's just gonna perform every time you do it. We love working with the Staub in our kitchen. And for example, with dish too, it's such a great way of doing it. The way it presents, but also the quality of the dish itself. The cast iron is very high quality. If you maintain it, it will last forever. So it might be a purchase that you're gonna make, but you're gonna make it for a lifetime. It cooks very evenly, right? So it really reacts really well. How it transfers the heat to the product. With this recipe too, because it's a little bit more shallow, it bakes very quick, which I really love. It stays really moist on the outside. You get a really nice crisp golden brown crust on the outside. But you could use that dish for so many things. And then I use Staub rectangles, rounds, cast iron pans in the kitchen all the time, right? And it's great for presenting food, but it's also great for actually cooking the food in.